We got to get into this cloth mask discussion a little bit further. We got to dive a little deeper here because I just can't believe what people are saying online, people who think they know better than doctors and healthcare professionals.
It's getting to you. You just want to know why people are not wearing masks.
Everything's a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy. Joining us on the show, we've got Dr. Eric Good. And Chrissy, I want you to tell us what he does, what his title is, or what he specializes in.
So Eric is an electrophysiologist.
Oh, did she say it right?
She did.
Oh, my God. I was hoping
Mom,
for...
did you hear
Nobody knows
that?
what that is.
I was expecting an epic fail, but... so what is that, doctor?
So it's a field of invasive cardiology. We are basically the electricians of the heart. We put pacemakers, defibrillators, do ablations, things like that.
Okay, so you are actually... I got your number from somebody on Facebook. Her name is Jennifer, and Jennifer said that you're also a part of a COVID unit.
I was. We closed it down, actually. So
Okay.
the numbers are decreasing, which is great news.
That is really good
Wow,
news.
that's really, yeah.
Let's talk about cloth masks because a lot of healthcare professionals, the CDC, most healthcare professionals seem to be saying, yes, you should wear the cloth masks when you're out in public. But there's people disputing that online. I actually put something up yesterday because I saw some people not wearing masks, and I just put something on Facebook, and I said, if you're not wearing one, just curious why. And I wasn't expecting the 150,000 comments and all the arguments that I got on my Facebook page. Should you or should you not wear a cloth mask when you're in public?
I think that you should. I think it's absolutely incumbent on you to do that. I mean, cloth masks are not the panacea of protection for people, but they do afford you some protection. Listen, if I were going to operate on you and put a defibrillator, a pacemaker in, would you want me to wear a mask?
Yes.
I think so. So we know from surgical studies that masks do help prevent transmissions intraoperatively, and so we would apply the same principle when we're dealing with this massive, infective pandemic.
Okay, let me just share with you this text message from Max. Max and I are going back and forth over text, and his most recent text says, when in a store, okay, but some places are limiting the number of people allowed in and the direction you are walking down the aisle. We can only control what we do, and if I maintain social distancing, does it do any good to wear a mask?
So I'll give you an example from Speedway this morning. I'm bellied up to their coffee bar there, and there's two people that come in, stand right next to me. Out of the three people, one was wearing a mask. Guess who that was?
You.
So what struck me as interesting is even if you don't want to, if you're assuming that you're not transmitting for whatever reason, nobody knows my situation. And I could, if I'm not wearing a mask, be a carrier, especially as a healthcare professional, and I could be exposing you to danger of infection without you even knowing it. So in the absence of, widespread testing, availability for immunity, et cetera, I think you have to assume the worst, that everybody could potentially be, a carrier and not symptomatic even.
What if I'm claustrophobic or have a hard time breathing when I'm wearing the mask? Because believe it or not, that's coming up a lot. People are like, I can't wear one, I can't breathe when I have it on. What do you tell somebody that says that?
Well, I think there are legitimate, pulmonary conditions that would sort of make that difficult. But listen, I wear a dual layer mask every day at work climbing stairs, and I feel like I'm about to pass out at the end of two flights of stairs. But, it's a small price to pay for your health and safety of others.
Being on a ventilator, that's a little bit more claustrophobic than a mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got that right.
So I would wear the mask now than have to be on a ventilator later.
And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I'm just dumbfounded at some of the comments here. People refusing to wear a mask because government conspiracy or because I'm claustrophobic or because, I can't get it or I want to get it because then I can be immune to it. Like, do you actually know what you're saying? These people get their degrees in infectious diseases from the internet and they think they know better than healthcare professionals who are advising us what to do. It's amazing to me. It is amazing.
I don't blame people. It's a lot about what your exposure is. When you sit and see all these people on ventilators, it's really emotionally just impactful. And so it changes your behavior. But the reality is that 80% of people have no or very few symptoms. And so that's the experience for most people. And the reality is that the people who are on the ventilators are a smaller portion of the people who are infected. But the risk is still significantly greater than anything we've encountered recently. And so I think you have to look at it kind of like, fire insurance. You get fire insurance on your house. You don't expect you're ever going to experience a fire, but you still take those precautions.
You do. Yep.
Right? I mean, insurance on anything. Yeah, it's a really good way to put that.
Dr. Eric Goode, we appreciate your time, your insight, and thank you so much for doing what you do. Thanks for taking care of all of us. And, man, you take care of yourself, all right?
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Bye. There you go. He's a doctor. He's actually got a degree in medicine.